Hi guys, so I really wanted to do a fall tag because it is October. It's my favorite month of the year. It's a month full of hot apple cider and caramel apples and Halloween decorations and leaves and sweaters. And so I really wanted to do a fall or an October tag, but I couldn't find any. So I found this Halloween tag that I decided to do. So you guys should have a cup of hot apple cider and join me for this Halloween tag. So question one, we're starting off with a great question. Question one is, do you believe in ghosts? Have you ever seen one? Yes and yes. I think you guys, if you've been watching me long enough, you know I definitely believe in ghosts. I would love to be a paranormal investigator. I have believed in ghosts since I was really little, and I learned that there was such a thing as the paranormal and like things I'd been experiencing since I was really tiny in my grandparents' house, that there was an explanation for it in a way. And yes, I have seen a few ghosts, mostly in my grandparents' house. I've captured a few of them on film, and I have captured quite a bit of audio. Most of it's been lost since then, since I caught it, because of technology and stupid computers. But yeah, I definitely believe in ghosts. I have definitely seen them, talked to them. I mean, not like, oh, you know, I hear dead people. No, I've actually like had conversations with them. I mean, I didn't know at the time I was having a conversation, because that's how an EVP session works, is you talk and you don't hear them usually with your ears, but then you play back the audio on your digital recorder and you can hear them respond. And I've had that happen quite a few times, and it is one of the most amazing things in the world. Question B, there you go alphabetically, I forgot to say that, is favorite candy. Well, favorite seasonal candy for this time of year? That's a hard one. Probably, oh, I should have brought one to show you, but Milky Way makes these caramel apple Milky Ways around this time of year, and they're so good. Milky Way Midnights are my favorite candy bar of all time. And yeah, these Milky Way caramel apples, oh, they're so good. C, what did you dress up as when you were a kid? I dressed up as a lot of things. I mean, I was a princess one year, a lot of Harry Potter characters over the years, but yeah, as when I was little, I mean, younger, it changed every year because my interests changed every year. Question D is parties or trick-or-treating? Well, the giant child in me that I hope to always have says trick-or-treating, because I mean, it was so much fun going out with your friends and getting dressed up in a different way than you do as an adult, and like just getting all that candy and getting out, and I mean, it was something you only do once a year, and it was so much fun. And yeah, I'm not a huge party girl, so trick-or-treating definitely appeals to me more. Question E is, have you ever carved a pumpkin? I have. I think I've done it a couple of times. They've turned out okay. I'm not the greatest with dexterity, so carving is not my specialty. I think actually my favorite part of carving a pumpkin was that I dug out all the seeds and sprinkled them with garlic and salt and baked them, and then that's a really, really yummy treat. Question F is worst thing you ever got trick-or-treating. I don't honestly ever think I got anything bad. Yeah, where I grew up, everyone was really cool and gave out really good candy. Question G is best Halloween costume you've ever seen. Actually, I think I have a picture for this. So that was at Dead Weird, 2010, I want to say. My second oldest brother and his wife and Shayna and I and my boyfriend at the time went up to Deadwood, South Dakota, where they have this big, huge Halloween thing every year. And that was like the best thing I think I've ever seen, because barely anyone knows what Mystery Science Theater 3000 is, and so to see someone wearing a costume from Mystery Science Theater 3000 was pretty much the best moment of a nerd girl's life ever. Yeah, it was amazing, and thankfully I found the love of my life who loves that show. And actually, this is going off topic, but the first time I ever really noticed Matt was we were in our interpersonal class and we were doing this exercise called the Me Bag, where we had to talk about ourselves. And anyway, he was talking about his favorite TV shows, and he held up a box set of Mystery Science Theater 3000, and he says he'll always remember that day because he'd already noticed me and really liked me. And he said he was going through his presentation, all of a sudden he heard me gasp. And he looked up, and I looked so excited and happy, and I was, because someone else knew what this show was. And so that, yeah, Mystery Science Theater 3000 is just amazing. You guys should check it out. Some of it is on Netflix. There is no wrong place to start, I will tell you that. Question H is favorite Halloween monster. It's funny because Shayna didn't know what this meant, so I had to explain to her. Like Frankenstein, the monster, the mummy, Creature of the Black Lagoon, and Dracula, and etc. I think I'd have to go with Dracula, because it's Dracula. Question I is favorite thing you've ever dressed up as. I've done some really good, in my opinion, Harry Potter costumes. But honestly, I think my favorite was when I was 9 or 10. A whole bunch of our friends, like mine and my other brothers, our friends and us all got together and went out trick-or-treating. And for that year, I stole a bunch of my dad's army fatigues, because he was in the Air Force. And so, I mean, I was dressed head to toe in fatigues, and I had the camo boots and the hat, and I had my hair pulled back in a ponytail, and yeah, I think that was my favorite costume of all time that I've worn, because it was just, yeah, it was just so much fun. Question J, this question makes me kind of sad. What are you dressing up as this year, if you're dressing up? What would you dress up as if you weren't? I don't know. Halloween is my favorite holiday. But I don't know if I have to work. And now since Shayna works where I work, she might have to work. And she's like my Halloween buddy. Because Matt doesn't do Halloween. He doesn't dress up. He doesn't like horror movies. And so Shayna's my go-to girl. And if she has to work or I have to work, like, I don't know. I really want to hand out candy, and I think you should be dressed up if you're going to hand out candy, because it's just more fun that way. But I don't know if I'm dressing up, and I have no idea what I would dress up as. I might recycle my Alice costume. I really don't know. Question K, do you like going to haunted houses? I have only ever been to one haunted house, and that was here in town 2 years ago. it was okay. I know Shayna did not enjoy it. Not at all. I guess I kind of liked it, but once again, I don't really have anyone that would go into a haunted house with me because Shayna's kind of a wuss and Matt doesn't like Halloween. So maybe if Chris were still here, I would, but I don't know. I think I'd get more excited about haunted houses if I had someone to go with me. Question L is haunted woods. I have never, to my knowledge, been to a section of haunted woods. I would love to, like if it was legitimately haunted. I don't know if that's actually a thing, like a haunted wood, like a haunted house. But if there were actually a patch of like creepy woods and they were said to be haunted, I would be there in a second. Question M is, have you ever worked in a haunted house / wood? So I'm assuming a haunted wood thing is like an attraction like a haunted house, but I've never heard of those before. No, I've never worked in one, but that would be kind of cool. Question N, do you decorate your home for Halloween? Yeah, pretty much every year. I kept the decorations minimal this year just to, I don't know, I live in Wyoming, and so if you decorate a lot outside your house, you're gonna lose your decorations because of the wind. So I kept them kind of minimal this year. Question O is favorite decoration. Duh, lights. I mean, Christmas, Halloween, I don't care. If it's a holiday, I want lights because I love lights in every kind of form. Question P is, got a favorite spooky tune? I don't really think so. Not as far as like horror movie themes go. I honestly couldn't name you one. Yeah, I don't think so. Question Q is, any wardrobe malfunctions? I've actually been really blessed. I've never had like a really risque costume, because that's just like not me. No, I don't think I've ever had a problem with a costume, thank God. Question R is, scariest Halloween moment. Honestly, I don't think I've ever had anything scary happen to me on Halloween. For me, Halloween is all about fun. I guess I've never, well, and since the only haunted house I've ever been to was 2 years ago, and we didn't go on Halloween. So, I've never really had anything scary happen on Halloween. Question S is best Halloween. Aside from the one where I was dressed up as an army person, I think my favorite Halloween would have to be 2 years ago. I vlogged it. Chris and Shayna and Connor and I all hung out at Chris's house and watched horror movies and handed out candy, and I made like this whole Halloween dinner, and it was so much fun. And yeah, I would have to say that was my favorite Halloween. I was Ginny Weasley and Shayna was Hermione and Connor was Robin, and I think Chris was Green Lantern. Question T is worst Halloween. Probably, maybe, I think honestly last Halloween was my worst Halloween. Because I had to work overnight at work, the night before Halloween and the night of Halloween. So, I mean, I got off work Halloween morning and went home and slept all day. And then got up and rushed into a Hogwarts school uniform costume for my overnight that night. And so I just kind of felt disconnected, like it didn't feel like Halloween at all, and it made me really sad. Question U is least favorite candy. Candy corn. Question V is, what are your plans for this Halloween? Like I said, I don't know yet. Obviously watch Halloween, because that is the last movie on our 31 Days of Horror. I want to hand out candy, so I'm really hoping if I do have to work that I work a morning shift. So I'm at least off by 3 and I can start handing out candy because I really want to hand out candy. Question W is favorite Halloween/scary movie. My favorite scary movie of all time is Blair Witch Project. Always has been, always will be. Question X is, what was your first Halloween? Alright, now this is going to sound really pathetic, but it's the absolute truth. My parents hated Halloween. They didn't like it at all. And I mean, we were really poor, so spending money on costumes was an expense that did not seem logical. So I did not have a Halloween costume or go trick-or-treating until I was 7 years old. And so my first Halloween, my mom dressed me up as Barbie. So she like made my hair really big and put like a hellacious amount of makeup on me and like put me in this really girly outfit. Which, we lived in South Dakota, so it snowed and was like 30 degrees, so I had to wear a coat over my costume anyway. So I probably looked quite horrible. There are thankfully no pictures of this Halloween. So yeah, that was definitely my, one of my worst Halloweens. But yeah, that was my first Halloween, and it was bad. Question Y is, planning on going to any haunted attractions this year? No. There is a haunted house here in town, but like I said, I don't really have anyone to go with. It's not technically haunted, but Matt, my fiance, found this list of ghost towns in South Dakota and Wyoming, and so sometime this month I think it would be so cool to go visit one of those ghost towns and get pictures and maybe, I don't know, try an EVP session just to see if anything happens. It would just be so cool to go to like this abandoned town where everything's pretty much still there, but you know, I just think that would be so cool. Alright, last question. This is a long tag video. Is, what is one costume that you wore that you absolutely hated? Probably have to be my first Halloween, the Barbie costume. Yeah, it was bad. Because after that year, I took charge and I dressed myself for Halloween every year after that year. Because it was just so bad. So every year after that was fine. I think I was a Barbie, and then I was a princess because I was a little girl. And then I was the army person. And then I don't remember what I was when I was 11. But then when I was 12, I'm pretty sure that was the year I was Arwen from Lord of the Rings, because it's my favorite character in Lord of the Rings. And then not too long after that is when Harry Potter found me, so almost every year since then has been a Potter costume with the occasional Alice in Wonderland and, oh, what else has there been? The random Black Fairy I was one year. That was weird, but, yeah. But I would have to say my worst costume that I ever had to wear was that, Barbie costume that my mom put together. Alright, thank you guys for joining me for this Halloween tag. I hope you guys have a fabulous October. Like I said, it's my favorite month of the year. I love it. I love the chilly days and the sound the leaves make as they fall and when they rattle along the ground, and oh, it's a beautiful time of year. Even more beautiful than Christmas. Alright guys, I want you to head over to Shayna's channel, Daniel R's Wife 91. She did this tag also, and I would love if you would go head over to her channel and check out her tag. I will leave a link below. And make sure to check out the rest of her videos. And yeah, she's an awesome person, and I'm so glad I got her into this whole YouTube video thing because it's just awesome to have a friend that kind of does it with you. Alright, thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you later.